This is 3 News Daily.
Hello, Northeast Ohio. Welcome to 3 News Daily on this Tuesday, January 3rd. I'm Stephanie Haney here with your top stories. In Cleveland, 1 person is dead and 2 others are injured following a shooting at a gas station on Woodland Avenue last night. EMS tells 3 News that a 30-year-old man died on the scene. We don't know the conditions of the other 2 victims at this time. For now, no information is available regarding the circumstances surrounding the shooting or any potential suspects. We turn to Upper Sandusky now, where a young woman was murdered on New Year's Day while working at a Dollar Tree. Investigators say a man walked in with a machete and stabbed her several times. Our Lydia Esparra has the story.
It was a New Year's Day murder that surprised just about everyone in this quiet Upper Sandusky town.
It's like terrified to see something like this in Upper Sandusky because this is a nice community.
But in these days, things happen in nice communities too. 22-year-old Karis Rebel just graduated from college. She was working in this Dollar Tree. Police say Columbus resident Bethel Beckley walked into the store waving a machete, killing the young woman who was a newlywed.
That's just horrible, what happened to her.
Investigators arrested Beckley parked in a car outside the Wyandotte County Sheriff's Office. The machete still inside the store. And this was not the only crime committed with this type of weapon. In New York City, a man attacked police also with the machete on New Year's Eve. 2 officers were injured. Michael Cavaliers is a combative instructor and says machetes are becoming a weapon of choice.
It's very accessible. You don't have to walk into a gun store, right? Fill out an application.
A machete can be purchased in most stores that sell garden tools. Cavaliers says when someone comes at you with a machete,
it's very challenging to defend against that. Can it be done? Absolutely, it can be done, but very challenging.
The young woman was just married in October. She was described by family as an amazing, kind, and sweet young woman who lit up the world with her smile. Instead of planning a future, a GoFundMe is set up so her husband of 2 months can plan her funeral. As police continue trying to figure out why a machete-wielding man killed a woman with a bright future.
Just awful. Thank you very much for sharing that story, Lydia. And now we have an update for you after last night's NFL game where Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin collapsed on the field. We know now from the Bills, which tweeted at around 1:30, that he was taken to the ICU last night and remains there today in critical condition after going into cardiac arrest after making a tackle against the Bengals in Cincinnati. Hamlin made the tackle, stood up, and then collapsed just a few seconds later during the first quarter of the game. Hamlin received CPR for nearly 10 minutes before being taken off the field on a stretcher. He was taken to the University of Cincinnati Medical Center, where he remains. Immediately, NFL fans like this one we're about to hear from started sharing their concern and support for Hamlin.
Nobody wants to experience something like this. No one wants to go through this. That was horrific. Kids watch this tonight. Families watch this tonight. His mother watched this tonight. And I can only imagine, what's going through her mind. So my heart goes out to her, because this is tough. It was tough for me to watch. So imagine as a mother, as a parent, anyone watching this, it was tough.
Now, according to ESPN, family members were with Hamlin when he was taken to the hospital. The NFL hasn't given any details as to when or if last night's game might be rescheduled. But within an hour of his collapse, NFL fans began donating to Hamlin's charity to support him. By 9:30 last night, over $30,000 had been donated in his honor to the Chasing M's Foundation Community Toy Drive GoFundMe page. And as of this afternoon, there has been over $3.8 million donated. We'll have updated information on Hamlin's condition for you this evening, starting at 4 o'clock with What's New. And as the new Congress opens, House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy is trying to get voted in as Speaker of the House. He has the potential to become the first nominee for Speaker in 100 years to fail to win initial support from his own colleagues. The vote is scheduled to happen today, and the House convened around noon today to start that process. While the Senate remains in Democratic hands just barely, House Republicans are very eager to confront President Joe Biden's agenda after 2 years of Democratic control of both the Senate, the House, and the presidency. But first, House Republicans have to elect a speaker, and that person will be second in succession to the presidency behind Vice President Kamala Harris. Stay with us and we'll keep you updated as that vote comes out. And in Strongsville, police are searching for multiple suspects after several vehicles were stolen early this morning. Police got a call to the Fiat and Alfa Romero car dealership around 5:20 this morning where they found a garage door window broken out in the back of the building. 7 vehicles have been reported stolen. A preliminary investigation and review of surveillance footage shows 4 unknown suspects wearing dark-colored hooded clothes, masks, and gloves. Neil Fisher is on this story, and he'll have more for us tonight. Now in Akron, applications are open again for the new Citizens Police Oversight Board. The board was created under Issue 10, which passed in November, nearly 4 months after Jalen Walker was shot and killed by 8 Akron police officers during an early morning chase back in June. Those who are interested have until January 24th to apply, and we have details on how to do that on WKYC.com. Also in Akron, there's a lot of uncertainty right now as mediations between the school district and the teachers union continue, and time is of the essence because the teachers put in a strike notice that would start on January 9th if they don't reach an agreement. Teachers say they want more safety and security in the classrooms and won't negotiate a new contract with the district until those needs are guaranteed to be met. 3 News' Emma Henderson will have updates for us this evening. And today, Governor Mike DeWine will sign his name on a piece of legislation that, in part, makes distracted driving a primary offense in Ohio. Senate Bill 288 would now allow police officers to stop drivers they see holding a cell phone in their hand while driving. That's what a primary offense is. It's something that you can be stopped for. More specifically, that is, quote, using, holding, or physically supporting a cell phone. Now, the exception is if you're stopped at a red light. For the full story on how this will work, head to WKYC.com. And now in sports news, Cleveland Cavaliers star Donovan Mitchell not only broke a team record in last night's game against the Chicago Bulls, he shattered it. He scored 71 points, helping the Cavs rally from 21 down to beat the Bulls 145-134 in overtime. Before last night, the most points scored by a Cavs player in a regular season game was 57 by LeBron James. In the entire NBA, Mitchell's 71 points is now the 8th highest in history. So let's see how Mitchell stacks up against some other Cavs legends. LeBron scored his 57 points back in 2017. Kyrie Irving also scored 57 points in 2015. And LeBron also takes 4th place with 56 points in a single game in 2005. Now, when asked what it means to him to hold this Cavs record, Mitchell, of course, stayed humble.
I'm extremely blessed, humbled that I'm in that company, in that group. I've always believed I can be, one of the best players in this league, but I got to keep working. And this is a big milestone, but at the end of the day, we got to continue to, those guys have all won, at the highest level, and that's my ultimate goal. But to be there in the record books with them is truly incredible.
What a class act, Donovan Mitchell. Now, LeBron tweeted his reaction to Mitchell beating out his record, writing, "Spider, you're insane." That's Mitchell's nickname, by the way. He got that from one of his youth basketball coaches because even back then he was so fast, it seemed like he had arms flying everywhere, like he had 8 of them. So now we call him Spider. And that brings us to our question of the day. We want to know where Mitchell's 71-point game ranks for you in your top 5 best Cav performances in a regular season. Post your comment to the WKYC Facebook page. We'll talk about it during What's New at 4 o'clock. Now remember, that's regular season, so the NBA Finals doesn't count for this one. All right, let's talk money. Nobody hit that $265 million jackpot in last night's Powerball drawing, but there were thousands of other prizes won in Ohio. Definitely mostly on the smaller side, though. Over 20 people won the $200 prize, 3,600 won the $8 prize, and over 7,500 people won $4. So hopefully that paid for their ticket, unless they bought more than one ticket, then they might still be out some money. The lucky number from the drawing were 7, 9, 12, 31, 62, and the Powerball was 22. The jackpot now grows to an estimated $291 million, and the next Powerball drawing is tomorrow night. And that will be my last Powerball drawing because tomorrow officially ends my year-long experiment to see if it pays to play the Powerball. So, one more shot. Fingers crossed for me and fingers crossed for all of you if you play. We'll see you back here tomorrow with more of Northeast Ohio's top stories here on 3 News Daily. Have a great day, everybody.